Hi, Natalia Feldman with Remax Realtor on here. As I'm zooming between showings and listing appointments, I want to address the question I'm getting often in the last couple of weeks. Is it better to over or underprice your home when listing? As a seller, is it better to overprice in hopes of negotiation or underprice in hopes of a bidding war? Well, overpricing historically nets the seller less. If you overprice a property, buyers are going to compare it to others that are currently for sale, and they're not going to see the value of it. Then it's going to sit on the market, and people are going to start thinking there's something wrong with it. The seller may get low ball offers or no offers at all, and then when it gets stale, they're going to have to reduce the price. It's an ineffective use of time and effort that can create stress for a client. Really, it's about knowing that the time to maximize the selling opportunity for a property is immediately after it hits the market. It creates a sense of urgency for buyers as the shiny new listing on MLS, and you want to take advantage of that by pricing competitively. 80% of marketing is the price of a property, and people are generally quite predictable. It's a matter of taking advantage of the thinking formulas that drive humans as buyers, because the value of a property in our market is going to be determined by what a buyer is willing to pay. We want to take advantage of that through pricing, how the property looks, because let's be honest, it's a beauty contest, and creating competition. When I price a property competitively, I pretty much set the stage for a flurry of activity, and I can potentially create a multiple offer situation for the seller. A lot of this is data driven. I don't just make this stuff up. The higher you price a property above market value, the fewer buyers will look at it. And the fewer people who look, the more likely it is that you will get no offers. Historically, if you price a property 15% above market value, you will only get 10% of buyers. Whereas if you price a property 5 to 10% below market value, you up the number of buyers and the probability of those buyers coming forward with an offer that increases. One of the things that we look at in our industry is if you have 10 showings of a property with no offers, you're most likely overpriced. These are all metrics to look at, and in the end, as a seller, you can only control two things: the price and the condition of the property. You don't have control over who the buyers are and the other properties on the market at any given time. My job is to do my utmost to control what I can control. Knowing all of this and all this information and how imperative it is to price properly to create an environment for a proper transaction. I'm not creating the market. It's about knowing that the value is in the eyes of the buyers. I'm able to look at the data and see what has sold in the area historically and what the best strategy is in the neighborhood, and assess the seller's best options. In the end, the seller is going to make a decision. My job is to make sure that decision is an educated one. Tell them the probability of what can happen if they're overpriced, and prepare them for price changing, which is when you have to reduce the price later on. On the other hand, the seller can take my advice, and I'll be able to demonstrate to them through my history as an agent and what's selling, what would get them a higher price and is the best option for them. If you or someone you know has any questions about real estate, please give me a call, 647-999-3744.